Hey everyone, Ryan here from OnlineSellingExperiment.com. I just wanted to make a quick video today to answer a question from a reader that I received in Colorado that I thought was really good. And that question is, if I had to start all over again with $1,000 and no prior knowledge of FBA, what would I do? So and then they ask some sub-questions based on that. So the first thing that I would do is get a scanning app to allow you to make buying decisions to find out which products would be good to resell on Amazon. If you are an Android user like me, I would recommend looking into Profit Bandit, which is a one-time cost of $15. Otherwise, I would potentially use the Amazon mobile app, which is designed more for buying, but it would still give you the information that you need in order to make decisions on if products would be good to resell. If you're an iPhone user, then I would look into Seller Mobile by Amazon. It's a brand new free app that Amazon just came out with, and it provides a lot of good information and would probably be the best way to go since you only have $1,000 to spend. So the first sub-question is, what niche or sub-niche of products would you get into and why? So I probably would not try to focus on a specific niche or sub-niche. I would more focus on what items I have available in my area that I can find at a price that allows me to make a profit. So let's say I have $1,000 and I'm going to go to Target and find products to resell. I'm not going to go pick the toys category and only try to find toys that I can resell. What I would do is look at all of the different clearance end caps throughout the store and see which products look like they would provide the best return. So I would go about it more as looking for what I can find that's available in my area as opposed to a specific niche or sub-niche. So that's how I would go about that. And then the next question is other criteria for selecting products. And for that, I would look for the 100% return on investment, meaning if I spend $10, after all fees, shipping costs, etc., I want to end up with $10 profit. So that would be my baseline there. And then I would also be looking at other factors such as the smaller the item the better, because then it's easier to ship into Amazon. The less it weighs, the cheaper it is. I would try to avoid products with expiration dates, so I would probably tend to stay away from the grocery and health and beauty category because many of those products expire. It's not that they're that hard to deal with, but just getting started, and if I only had $1,000 to spend, I would probably stay away. The other things I would look for would be items that are not breakable, are a good name brand. So if you're looking at toys, Fisher-Price would be an example of a good brand that people are buying all the time. So those would be other factors that I'm considering, just beyond the sales rank of the item and the potential return. Sales rank would be a large factor of what I would consider. This would be displayed by your scanning app. I would say the lower the number, the better. There's a post on my blog that I did that shows the sales rank I look for in each category. I would definitely try to stay under those whenever possible, especially when just starting out, as it should help to make sure the items you're actually buying will sell. So the next question was, how many items would I buy in any one category? And that I wouldn't really be too concerned with that. If I found $1,000 worth of toys that I could resell on Amazon, that's fine, completely fine with me that all of the money that I had to spend is in the toys category. As you continue to grow your business, this wouldn't necessarily be the case, but when you're just getting started, I wouldn't be overly concerned with diversifying between categories. The next question was how to price the items that you have when you're listing on Amazon. So I'm going to assume we're using Fulfillment by Amazon for this. And in general, for me personally, I like to price my items a little bit higher than the lowest FBA competition. I find that I still will get the buy box occasionally with these items, and then I'm not creating any race to the bottoms or causing other sellers to freak out and lower their prices. So at the lowest, I would most likely match the lowest FBA price, and in general, I would probably price slightly above, as in 1 to 5% higher than the lowest FBA price, and I find that I will still get sales at that price. How many items would I send into Amazon in a week? Well, it depends on how many I find with that $1,000. So if I find 10 $100 items to resell, that I'd send in 10. If I find 500 $2 items, I'd send in 500. I would go to the stores and find items until I spent my $1,000, and then I would send those in, assuming that spending that $1,000 took you a week or less. I would probably send in whatever I found after a week just to get the ball rolling. The next question is how to pack items to send to Amazon. Main thing there is put them in a box and make sure you have enough padding so that they are going to. You don't want to box up the items with way too big of a box and allow them to get damaged in transit. But I wouldn't overanalyze how to box up the items. Find boxes for free if you can at a Walmart, grocery store, somewhere like that. Or if you want to buy them, Home Depot and Lowe's are good options. As far as and then the last question was any other tips I would have for people just getting started. I would say that you need to put in consistent effort and really stay consistent with your efforts. Right away, it might be a little bit frustrating because you won't know exactly what to look for, and you probably won't come out of stores with carts full of inventory unless you get a little bit lucky on your first few trips. But the more you do it, the easier it gets, and if you stick with it, I'm confident that you can turn this into a profitable venture. So thanks for listening to me today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. You can find my email on my blog, onlinesellingexperiment.com, or feel free to leave a comment on this video.